And we're live. We're live. Hey, welcome to the
live.
show. Welcome to the show. We're here. We're all here. We're all happy and healthy. This is the woos or the woo-woo-woos.
Wait.
What do we got? What do we got?
Hold on a second.
Something bad happened?
No. Can you say that again? It's the
woo.
Oh wait, why won't this play? Hold on a second. We're gonna get this
okay.
right.
I'll stall. Jesus. That's pretty good. We could barely hear it.
Really? Well, can you barely hear this one?
Your name is Hugh Morris. What? Hugh Morris. What? Is that funny? Is that humorous? What?
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
welcome to the show. It's the Hugh Morris show. It's the Hugh Morris show. This is the woo woos and what's of AEW Dynamite. This is Loser Leagues Wrestling. My name is Red Jefferson. I'm here with Roy Hammer. Hi, Roy. How are you? That was really good. That was really nice.
Yeah, I want to try one day. I want to have like a soundboard for us so we can play silly sounds sometimes.
One day we're gonna have a real legit setup, and it's getting there. We're getting there little by little. We had Meta Sunbro jump in real hot in the chat as they started, but then they retracted their comment. You said something about it being a good show. I wanted to hear what you had to think. Oh man, Meta Sunbro, if you want to restate that message, I didn't catch it all. All I saw is it was a really good show. And I have some thoughts on it, but wait, right before we started the show tonight, Roy, right before you're like, you hit a certain stage in your AEW fandom. And I'd like to hear, could you reiterate that? Because I stopped you in your tracks.
Yeah, I think tonight was a good show. I thought tonight was a good show. And I just wonder if, and I'd be curious to see what other people think, if AEW has reached a point with their audience where like, they've been so good and so hot for so long that when they're just good, it just kind of becomes white noise a little bit. Like we'll go over this as we go through the card, but like I was watching this show and I was like, just every time, like opening segment, Adam Cole, I was like, yeah, there's Adam Cole. Oh, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fischer with him too. Wow. Huh, there they are. And then like the first match, I was like, wow, CM Punk's here. How about that? That MJF, he's doing well, you know? And just like every segment, there's this like, not only like a very popular, like superstar wrestler, but like a very talented one. It's just like, it's just so much that it kind of starts to like cancel each other out after a little bit, which I never thought I'd feel that way. No,
100%. One of what I realized, and we have a lot, the chat's popping off. We're going to get to it in just a second. Thank you so much, Pablo C. We're going to talk about what you said just in a moment. But you ever think of this? Who is the lower card? Is there a lower card? There's definitely a main card, which is many wrestlers. There's definitely a mid-ish card, which is just the high-level wrestlers that can't be in the main event. And the low card is non-existent on the Dynamite program.
Except go
wrestlers.
Right. Well,
the women's wrestlers are treated like the low card, which is.
I don't know if I agree with you, but I also think that they do have a lower card. But the lower card are guys that
are dark or Dark Revolution.
Sure, but also like Dark Revelation or
Revolution. I don't know.
Elevation, but Dark Revelation is really funny.
Fear the elevation.
I just think the thing is like Bear Country, right? They're lower card. You know, if they're on Dynamite, they're gonna lose. But at the same time, it's like a young tag team like that. You kind of want to see them get built up, but then you've got another young tag team that you also need to build up, and they've got to beat somebody. So I guess it's got to be Bear Country. I don't know. I like the show. I'm still psyched every week to be watching the show. I think like I've said this before, but like in 10 years, we're all going to look back and be like, I can't believe that many talented people were on one show at once on a weekly basis. But right now in this moment, maybe it's because I've had a weird day in general and I'm bringing that into Dynamite. It's just like, it's such a weird, like the thing that what was the thing on this show that you were most excited about when it happened?
Well, let's get into the show. Let's start talking about the show. But before that, we have so many comments to talk about.
Very true.
Pablo C, 1788, good show, slightly messy, overbooked ending. We will talk about that. Statlander and Layla and Veller are awful on the mic. It's not their fault. It was an awkward moment. It's just awkward. We're gonna have to talk about these.
I was
You're
pretty
making some
excited
great
about that.
points. We're gonna make some great points, Pablo. Say they were setting up a lot this week. They were. Chico Marks is in the chat. I like
Chico
most
Marks.
of the story progressions. Yes, this was a very story moving forward show. Pablo C said same. Then wrote, "There's so many compelling stories going right now simultaneously." It's a great point. There's their lower card is Matt Hardy and such, in my opinion, which is funny. And actually, yeah, the Hardy family office,
Right?
They are probably the lower card.
Jabroni.
We really have to start talking about this show because it's
Yeah.
not going to get any shorter.
I think also that's a good point too. That I just real quick before we jump into it, Chico Marks makes a good point about the progression of the stories. That's a good point. And I think maybe there's a part of me that's just antsy. Like, I just want to see Jericho and Kingston fight each other. I just want to see the Bucks fight Red Dragon. Like, let's go. But AEW doesn't do that. I mean, they really kind of, they tell stories.
Well, that's actually, I disagree. I feel like the thing is he's conditioned us, the mad scientist Tony Khan, to have this ADD storytelling where, oh, I got Sting. Oh, he's gonna come out next week. Oh, we got this guy. He's gonna be showing up. And for him to do a storyline that's more than 2 weeks, it's just like, why don't you just get it over with? Eddie and Jericho just been 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's going to be a
like
really interesting match. Broken Body versus Broken Body. It's going to be really interesting.
It's going to be real. That's a good point. Actually, that's a very good point. Let's start off. The show starts off with Adam Cole, baby, coming out with the undisputed Red Dragon. They walk out. It's story time. It's story time with Adam Cole. And then the Young Bucks come out, and they're pretty sad. They're pretty sad about things that are going on. And they're like, you used to be our friend. Now you're these guys. And there's this weird thing. There's just weird tension. He's like, this is our company and you came here and now it's all this stuff. But AC thinks there could be some friendly competition. You know, Adam Cole, I write down AC for my shorthand, but Adam Cole thinks there could be some friendly competition here. But then the best friends come out and they attack Cole. And Chris Stanlander comes out and faces down Adam Cole. And honestly, she'd destroy him. She would destroy Adam Cole and his puny little chest. And then Britt comes out to make the save. So they're officially making it Britt and Adam Cole. This is a lot in this segment. There was a lot in this segment.
Yeah.
Tell me where you're at with it.
My takeaway was, I don't think they've done a good enough job of building up the best friends as credible threats. So I'm not super interested in seeing that. But I'm excited to see that mixed tag match next week. I think that'll be pretty cool. This will be the second ever mixed tag match in AEW history. The first one featuring Shaq. So this will be the first non-Shaq mixed tag match in the history of AEW.
Honestly, I don't think they should do mixed tags without Shaq.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Honestly, it's his gimmick. Honestly.
well, he's still disappeared from that ambulance and we don't know where he is. So we're still figuring that out. Yeah.
Big Show has him chained up in his basement.
Yeah, maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I hope they're in Cleveland. I'm gonna do a little fantasy booking here. They're in Cleveland in 2 weeks, hometown of Johnny Gargano. So there's really a part of me that thinks they're gonna do a 12-person tag match in Cleveland, including Britt Baker and Chris Stat, and the best friends need a fifth. And rather than Wheeler Yuta, it's Johnny Gargano, and Gargano makes his debut.
It doesn't need to be that big of a match ever. Ever. We have some comments here. John Buseman's in the chat. Finally, Stats comes out to save best friends from their weekly beatdown. Yeah, it's true. Was Trent even out there?
Yeah, he was there.
I missed Trent completely.
He had very tight pants on.
Honestly, I would love to see Statlander versus Cole. I would love to see that match. Tony's in the chat. Tony, that rascal. Best friends need a new friend called Johnny Gargano. All right, you've been listening to Roy a little bit.
They have some history together. They all have some history together.
A 12-man tag sounds horrible.
Whatever.
It sounds horrible.
It's a vehicle for Johnny Gargano to debut.
Is that a good vehicle? You think that's a good vehicle for someone to debut, to be in the mix of a 12-man fiasco
that's a good point.
where they just drowned out completely?
He needs to save the day or something, I guess. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know.
They don't need to bring anyone else in.
Well, it's also true. Especially after tonight.
Honestly, bless Johnny Gargano. Bless him. Bless him. I don't need him in this company. There's just too many people that look exactly like him. Like, it's just crazy. Pablo C says, you guys notice they're setting up the factions with a token female each to get them into good stories. I think I don't think they're setting it up. Well, actually, you know what the thing is? I don't know what they're doing. They kind of cram the women into these situations where like, oh, it's their storyline and we'll just cram a woman in there. And I feel like women could have their own storylines with their own. Chris Statlander and Britt should have their own storyline rather than just being, the friends with the guys that are feuding. You know?
I guess so. I'm okay with this one because she's been in Best Friends for a long time, and Baker and Cole are dating. So it like kind of makes sense to me. Like, that's okay. It would be one thing if it was like Red Velvet and Trent versus, Adam Cole and, I don't know, Julia Hart,
Yeah.
but this makes sense. This is logical. And you know what? Honestly, there's a part of me that wishes they crammed more women into storylines and into factions. Why isn't Layla Hirsch and Team Taz already?
No, but that's not good. I'm fine with them cramming into putting them, not cramming them into factions, but putting them into factions. But Britt deserves better than this storyline. Britt is better than the storyline because she is a champion, and you wouldn't know it because she came out without the belt twice. Twice she was shown on TV without the belt. The women's champion did not show up with the belt, and she's just a part of the others, these other storylines. She is better than that. That's my personal opinion. We got Pablo C. You guys noticed that? Oh yeah, we already said that. Moving on. Anything else to say? Best Friends, they're kind of whatever right now.
Yeah, I think they just needed. I wish they had planned for this a little bit more and given them some more wins on TV so I could be more excited about it. I mean, Trent coming back was great. I'm excited. Trent's going to fight Cole on Rampage on Friday, and I think it's going to be great. I'm a big Trent guy.
Oh, God. Tony says Team Roy all the way, and I want to barf. Hey, everyone follow my finger. Everyone follow my finger. Smash that like button. It's right there. Beep, beep, beep. Boop, boop, boop. Smash it. Come on, guys. You could do it. Everyone smash. Next up, we got Wardlow, a Wardlow video package, which should have been in place of one of the squashes the past few weeks. Instead of having that same match over and over again for 4 weeks straight, this should have been a video package that replaced that. There's a lot of Wardlow on the show, which is fine. But it was an interesting video package. Wardlow, conductor of violence. And this is the first time I heard them say Powerbomb Symphony, but this is the first time I kind of put those things together. What did you think of that?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought this package was good. I mean, I think they're doing all the right things with the exception of the finish of this match to build up Wardlow. And I think it's good. I think they're in a good place with him. And they don't often take the time to go the extra mile by showing a video package of some kind for a wrestler. So I'm glad to see that they did that here in this situation. That's good.
Sure. No, I agree. I just felt like it should have been on a week where, I don't know, it's just not on the week where he's just they literally showed that right before his match with CM Punk, which I just thought was just a little, this would have been good last week. I think this would have been a good,
I think
hype video.
Sure.
But Chica Mark says, good point about Britt Red. Didn't notice the messing belt. Thank you so much, Chica Marks. I appreciate that. John Buseman writes, Shivani's thing for Britt has always been cringy, but I lulled at his reaction to the kiss. I missed it. What was his reaction to the kiss?
I don't think he liked it very much. I think he thought it was gross. I don't remember.
He's just like when Adam Cole was coming out, he's just like, Adam Cole, great wrestler, greasy hair.
Yeah.
Tony writes, Punk needs an ice pack for sure. He looked pretty broken. Let's talk about that match. Next up, we get Wardlow versus CM Punk. As he comes out, Wardlow's wearing this high school wrestling singlet like this.
He's always worn a singlet.
He always wears a singlet, but it's usually a tougher singlet. And this looked like high school colors.
I liked it. I thought it was good. Big match white. You wear white in big matches, and it said War Dog on the back.
The face wears white. I don't know, but either way, no one bled.
Yeah, but if you notice too, good guys wear white, right? He's wearing white because he's turning babyface.
All right, we'll get over this. But CM Punk comes out. CM Punk worked really hard in this match. Mm-hmm. I thought this was a really good showing because a few matches Punk looked pretty sluggish, but here he put on his working boots and gave Wardlow. He really made Wardlow shine. Yeah, really made Wardlow shine. He did a great job there. And made Wardlow look real good, too good, almost too good. This was pretty Like, is Wardlow the best wrestler in the company? Like, because Punk had tough matches with Darby and with who else did he fight? Eddie and
yeah.
is there anyone else? I forget. But
in
so
big matches, I think,
I guess he's building up.
Yeah. He beat Powerhouse.
And Powerhouse, he didn't like. It was a struggle, but it
was a struggle. Yeah, I mean, Powerhouse was Powerhouse.
Destroyed Punk, absolutely destroyed him. Tony's point about him needing ice pack, yeah, I'm sure he's 42, and that's
8 power bombs.
No, I thought it was 10. Was it more than that? There's a lot of power bombs, but ends up getting when he was going for that last one after MJF made him do more power bombs. I want more power bombs. Throws him out of the ring. I want him through the table. Throws him through a table. Brings him back and give me another power bomb. But this time he gets a roll up. He gets a roll up, and then Punk gets the win here. And did you think you didn't like this ending to the match?
I thought it was fine. It's what I expected. I kind of foreshadowed a very large beating, because that's every Wardlow, like big time Wardlow match, is Wardlow beats the shit out of the guy, and then the guy beats Wardlow. That's just how this happened to Jericho. It happened with Cody. Anytime Wardlow fights in a big match, he dominates and then loses. I thought I was excited by the idea of him doing the powerbomb through the table and getting the count out win to kind of avenge the disqualification loss from last week. Like, I thought that's what was going to happen, and I was excited by that idea. But like, either way, it's going in the direction that we want it to go in. Wardlow looks good in this match, and Wardlow's going to turn on MJF in 2 weeks in Cleveland. It's going to happen.
So, but after the match, we get MJF yelling at Wardlow, being like, "You can't get it done. You can't get it done when it calls for it." And then Wardlow grabs his finger. Things about to go. Things about to really go off. And then Spears. Thank God Spears is here. Spears is here to save the day. Actually, I really like Spears more and more each time.
He's the best dressed wrestler in all of wrestling.
I love it. I love his whole deal.
Suit, no socks. Oh, it's really good.
It's honestly really like, that man is so uncomfortable. That lining and those shoes, probably very uncomfortable wearing those socks and those shirts. Tony writes, Jericho took 14. Did Jericho take 14 power bombs? I don't remember this.
Of power bombs.
I don't remember this. You're gonna have to show some proof, Tony. Pick or it didn't happen. Moving on. Spears comes down to help that out. We got Hobbs versus a Powerhouse Hobbs. Ever heard of him? Powerhouse Hobbs is here versus Dante Martin. Dante Martin, the future of wrestling in this match. Boy, I love this match. This was a great, tight little match. Real fast paced, hard hitting. Hobbs, it looks like it hurts. Everything he does looks like it hurts really bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's a work or he's just really painful to work with. What is painful though? Not smashing that like button when I ask you to. That actually really hurts. That hurts more than a Hobbs hit. You should smash that like button. I see y'all. I'm so sorry. I just noticed that it really upset me. So then they had their match. Dante has some great comebacks. I think he really did a good job here. One thing I think he needs to do is take some more time for his facials, though. I think, I don't think you need, because he has a good pace and I like how fiery he is. But do you notice that, like in matches, like sometimes it's hard for the fans to get behind him because he doesn't connect with them by looking at them. Sometimes he'll do it, but like in these moments when he's selling, he sells well. He just needs to connect with the fans a little bit more before going to those series of moves, right?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. He's a freak in like the best possible way. The way he moves, not just like the height that he gets and the way that he flies, but just like his movements are so fluid. It's like he doesn't have bones in his body. He's just rubber. It's incredible. And I agree with you also about Powerhouse. Like, not many big guys use their bodies like Powerhouse does. Like, Powerhouse literally just throws his body at you and just crushes you with his body. And it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. I thought this was really good. I thought Ricky's involvement was also strong as well. I mean, look, he's a heel on the outside. He's going to get involved. And I just love when they try to play it off. Like, he was kicking Dante on the outside, then walked over and showed the gloves to the doctor, like, hey, you like these gloves? What's going on with these gloves? I thought that was pretty funny.
Ricky is really funny with these things. Like when he's like kicking, every time he goes for a kick on Dante, he looks at the ref, kicks at the ref, looks at the ref. And later on, so towards the end of the match, Ricky, he's walking on the apron and he's like doing it sneakily, and the ref's looking directly at him. He's just like, he's doing this coy little like smile, and he's about to do it, but then out comes Jay Lethal.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I have some thoughts on this.
Where's
Jay Lethal
Leo?
comes out. Yeah, where's Leo? That's a great point, and we see that in the comments here from John Busman.
Yes.
Everyone did great in this match, Ricky included. Where's Leo? So Jay Lethal comes out to help Dante or stop Ricky from interfering, and then Dante gets the win here. It pins Hobbs out of nowhere. Jay Lethal, and I don't want to quote Jim Cornette. I don't want to do it. But there was an interesting point when talking about Jay Lethal the other day. What do you do? I have a question, Roy. And he used this summation. When someone gives you a dessert, like say a brownie, someone gives you a brownie, right, Roy? And if you don't finish all your brownie, if you leave it in the fridge, next day it's not going to be so good. Next day it's going to be so good. Like the day after, it's going to be even worse. You have to you finish that brownie once you eat it. If you don't want to eat the brownie, don't bake it. Don't bake the brownies until you want to eat them. What they did is they had this delicious brownie that came in. Oh, I should stop saying this, but they had this thing. They had this.
What are you talking about?
They had Jay Lethal come in and they wasted him. They wasted him by having a match with Sammy Guevara, where Sammy, honestly, he doesn't do. He doesn't make people look very good in his matches unless they take. Jay Lethal is a very giving wrestler, so he kind of fell flat after that, and they did nothing with him. They had this all-star Jay Lethal come in, and he's really been doing nothing.
Can I tell you something that I think it's hard to decipher? But there's a crop of wrestlers that come to AEW, and their intention, I don't want to say is to lose, because it's not necessarily to lose, but it's to build future stars, right? And we didn't know if Jay Lethal was going to be in that category or not, but he is. Jay Lethal, Tony Nese, Matt Sydal. These guys got signed because they're incredible professional wrestlers, and they're going to be paired with guys like Dante Martin, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, Hook, to wrestle these guys to get them better. That's what's going to kind of happen.
I think that's a waste. I think that's a waste of Jay Lethal. Yeah, Tony Nese, drop him. I don't care. Get rid of him. Bye, bro. But it's just, I was saying that don't even laugh at that. Don't even laugh at me. Jay Lethal was brought in, and honestly, I blame creative. Also blame Sammy Guevara a little bit for that match with Jay Lethal.
That was a really good match.
I'm sorry if Cody Rhodes had that match with Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal will look like $1 million. He would look great. I'm going to say this right now. Cody is the best TNT champion there's ever been so far. He's really been the R.I.P. Brody Lee.
Sure,
the next.
I mean, I thought. Well, I don't know. That's a
he's the best
loaded question. That's a loaded
because
question.
Darby was great, but that was just a vehicle to get him a little bit higher. He didn't really make anyone with it. Miro was fun but short lived. Sami really didn't do anything with it besides make himself look okay in the process. But Cody made everyone he fought. Okay, we're gonna start talking about these comments. Tony also, right before when we said about Jericho taking 14 power bombs, he said yes he did, but Tony, I asked for the proof. There's no pudding. Chica Mark says, I love the combo of Hobbs and Dante, great chemistry. Now we have Busman writing Red Cornet and Prince singing Little Red Cornet. Stupid.
That's so good.
I find it so funny that you could create this very creative little post, but you can't smash the like button.
He's probably liking it. Well, you don't see, it doesn't update in live time. It takes time. All I'm saying is, yeah, you have a point, because Cody with this open challenge. I mean, Ricky Starks and Eddie Kingston have a job because of the open challenge. So I'm not saying that you're wrong about that. I'm not saying you're wrong necessarily. I'm just saying Jay Lethal was probably brought in to be a trainer, a glorified kind of trainer.
He's 35. The dude is young. He has a lot to offer. Eddie Kingston's 42 or 41.
But that's different. That's different. Completely different.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. Eddie Kingston, Jay Lethal is a great professional wrestler who's an okay talker, but has limited personality unless he's being the macho man. Eddie Kingston has all personality and is a very good wrestler, despite your opinions of how he moves in the ring.
We're gonna have to move. It doesn't update in live time. I see it updating in live time. I got it. Get more
We'll see what happens. We'll see what
say
happens.
The number out loud because it lives in
that Chica Marks just said it.
God damn it.
All I'm saying is, in a company where your pillars, quote unquote, your pillars can't talk except MJF, you need talkers, and people who can talk get more TV time, and Eddie Kingston can talk better than anybody in the company.
I just think they need to replace one of those pillars, Sammy Guevara, with Daniel Garcia. That's all I got to say.
We're going to talk about that later. I got some thoughts.
Now we get Inner Circle in the back. Jericho's talking. Doesn't he get interrupted immediately? Why did
he pretty much did?
No, he didn't. He had a lot. He was just like, we're going to take over the country. I mean, company and the country and the world. He fucking loses it. He has a stroke out back there. And then Eddie Kingston walks by, and he's just like, there's just this awkward account. He's just like, you gonna be friends with him? You're gonna be friends with him, and you're not gonna be friends with me. And Monkey, you're gonna be friends with him. And then Santana just says like, get it together, just walks off. And then Jericho's just like, and like I could see it in his eyes. He's just like, is that all you're gonna fucking say? Or you could just say a little bit fucking more. Like just say something. And it just was awkward, very uncomfortable. Did you like this segment? Do you think this is good?
I like this segment because Eddie Kingston clearly made Chris Jericho uncomfortable. Because Eddie Kingston treats every backstage promo like it's real and like he's going to get in a fight with someone. So he never lets anyone talk, and he's always talking over them while they're talking into the microphone. Yeah. And you can tell that was pissing off Jericho. And I loved it because he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. Yeah. And then Jericho, classic Chris Jericho's like, yeah, well, GFY.
What a lame,
really good.
It's like it's like the dad just learned internet speak. He's just like BRB. Like he says shit like that. Tony says no talking about Hangman and Lance Archer. Oh, we're getting there. No, it's we got a couple more away, but we're getting there. Don't worry, Tony. We're not forgetting about you. And don't forget about that like button, Tony. MJF is out next, and he's furious. He's really piping hot. And he's like burping all over the place, screaming at the folks. He's saying like, you want the match? I'm going to give you the match. You got it. Next week, CM Punk versus Shawn Spears. Number 10. Perfect 10.
Do you remember when we were at the Royal Rumble and he debuted on the main roster as number 10? Yeah. And it was like the only good thing about that Royal Rumble was him.
Didn't we see that with Buse?
Yeah, Buse was there. Buse was there. So was Andy.
Tony Lambert out talked Hangman easy. We're gonna talk about that. You're getting ahead of us, Tony. Dog, shoot. Who's running the show? Next up, we get the Young Bucks and the Undisputed Era, the Red Dragon. What are we gonna call this crew all together? What are we gonna call them?
The Super Click.
The Super Click. The Ultra Click.
Ultra Click.
They're talking about the best friends, and then Britt comes out. Britt Baker not wearing the title again. Not wearing the title. Why do you even have the title? If you're gonna be a part of this bullshit, why not give the title to someone who's gonna work it? If you're not gonna like use the title, give it to Thunder Rosa. Give it to someone else. Why have a second women's championship if the person with a main women's championship it doesn't even talk about it? It's an afterthought.
It's been one day. She literally defended the title on Saturday in a really good match, by the way. I'm just saying, I agree with you. She should have had the title with her. I completely agree with you, but we can't call it an afterthought until next week when they have this match and she doesn't come to the ring with the title.
I'm saying every time the champion is on screen, the title should be near.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
And it happened twice. It happened twice in one show.
Yeah, I understand her. No,
I'm trying to get you fired up. I'm trying to get you angry.
You want to talk about Jay Lethal being a better wrestler than Eddie Kingston? I'll get fired up because you're wrong, but that's fine.
Jay Lethal is a better wrestler.
Overall, complete package. I would rather have Eddie Kingston on my roster than Jay Lethal.
No, he's a problem. He wouldn't want to do shit. He'd probably be a pain in the ass to work with.
I mean, I think
I would rather Jay Lethal,
person.
the guy that's so giving and will do anything and always show up on time, and he doesn't fucking party and then come back with a messed up knee.
I'm just saying, when did Eddie Kingston party and come back with a messed up knee?
And Daniel Bryan said some shit like that. It said like, "Oh, you partying with a messed up arm?" Like, I'm stretching. I'm stretching.
Whatever.
I'm home stretching every night.
Yeah, but also like we've heard firsthand accounts of like Eddie Kingston when he didn't have to, like sitting in the promo room giving pointers to rookies on how to better their promos. Jay Lethal isn't good enough at promos to give pointers.
Yeah, he's just good enough to help run the company. He helped run ROH. He ran their training school. He's dope. John Busman, she had to run out to save her man. No time to get the belt.
Use the belt to save her man.
No, yeah. Oh, thank you. That's good. That's a good point. That's a great point.
Sometimes they get your back.
That's a really great point. Excellent point. Next up, we got Adam Page. Adam Page is coming out. And he's talking about all the tears that he's cried and all the blood that he's spilt that could float a battleship down the river. He's saying some shit like that. And then Dan Lambert comes out and just gives a fire promo.
Does a great job. Really
Great job, honestly. Like, and especially when he's kind of been giving the same promos over and over again, because he's facing guys like Jericho or Cody or stuff like that, where it's kind of like talking to the same person,
pretty much,
for all intents and purposes. But he's talking to Hangman. He respects Hangman and he likes Hangman. But you're not a cowboy. I love cowboys, Dick Murdoch and Bill Watts and Funks and all those people. And he's like, you're from Virginia. You're from Virginia. There's no cowboys there. That's true. They're not cowboys. You're rancher. Farm. Yeah, you can be a farmer. Yeah. You can be a farmer, not be a cowboy. It's ridiculous. But he makes some sense of that. And then out comes Lance Archer out of nowhere. Lance Archer comes in, he chases Dan Lambert to the ring, and Dan Lambert's all freaked out, and then Dan Lambert gets out of the way, and then he starts beating up Hangman Page, and he really beats the shit out of him for a little bit, which is pretty cool because I like Lance Archer beating people up. Yeah, I just don't necessarily get why he's ever anywhere. Like I felt like this was weird, and I feel like they're more deserving people that should be going for this spot. Why was Dan Lambert there at all? Like I'm confused why Dan Lambert was even in this segment if it wasn't going to be a vehicle for Scorpio Sky to face Adam Page. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting case. I think everybody did a great job in this segment. I wrote down that the graphics crew called Hangman Beyond Beef Cowboy, which I liked. That's a side note. But yeah, I think this is the right call. This is the right situation for Lance Archer because he's going to lose. He's another guy who was brought in to lose. He's another guy that was brought in to lose. That's
a shame though, because like he's
great.
He's great, and he's never been booked well. He's never been booked well in this company. And the thing is, like, I don't need him to win.
Has he never been booked well? Yeah, you're probably right.
He hasn't won a single match ever.
Yeah, he won. He did. He won. I know this is gonna sound. You're gonna be like, oh, whatever. But he had a really good match, and he beat Phoenix on an episode of Dynamite.
Oh my god!
All I'm saying is,
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying. He has.
Was that on Elevation?
No, that was on Dynamite. It was a main event of Dynamite, and he also beat Jon Moxley in the main event of Dynamite for the New Japan US title. Just saying. It's fine.
Okay.
All I'm saying with this is this is a good spot for Archer because after fighting like a wrestler like Bryan Danielson, he's got to fight a monster next. Mm-hmm. Archer's a good monster for him to fight.
I get that. I just feel like there could have been better ways for this to come about rather than Dan Lambert kind of undressing Adam Page and Adam Page never having any comeuppance on him. Dan Lambert just kind of like fucked him up and then left.
And you know what though? You know what I really wanted?
Fucked him up and then left.
Like who?
They both fucked him up and then left.
Oh, I thought you said the Butcher. I was like, the Butcher beat up Hangman?
I have thoughts on the Butcher.
Yeah, well, I just think I was really hoping that this was Miro. I was hoping Miro was going to join the Men of the Year, and he was going to be like the muscle of
that.
The
Would be
year.
a fucking good. That would make it. That would make some sense. But honestly, he doesn't need it. His manager. His manager's God, and he hates him. And he hates his fucking manager. Fucking pisses him off. But one thing I was gonna say, and this is probably gonna get some heat in this channel. I'm kind of over Adam Page as a champion. Yeah, I kind of think he's more fun chasing the championship. His like, he's a much more fun like him at the top. I don't see it just yet. I think maybe his second reign will be better than his first. But
he literally defended the title against one person.
Yeah,
he's had 2 title defenses. But I also see what you're saying, because when he came out today, I was like, what's he going to talk about? Like, I was happy to see him. I want to hear him talk, but I'm just like, well, what do you got going on today, Adam? Like, how you doing?
Yeah, I wish there was some sort of long-term story with him where someone's trying to get people in his way, kind of trying to like wear him down, or like, and then they sending out like after like Bryan Danielson, like I don't know, but we have some comments here. We have a lot of comments. Jay Lethal would have been a better fit in NWA. Sure, that's fair, yeah. Tony. S is in the chat, blessing yes. S. Jay Lethal has Me Too accusations. He has his own set of issues. Yikes. Bye, Jay. So long. I don't want him in my company.
Yeah, Eddie Kingston all the way. Sweetest guy on the planet.
Yeah. I like Eddie. I do like Eddie. Tony, Adam the Rancher Page. Haha. You're damn right. You should be a farmer shit. That's what they should call it. Farmer shit. Probably taking Jake the Snake spot since he's still away. Honestly, I hope
best wishes to Jake, by the way.
Yeah, best wishes to Jake. Want Jake to have a speedy recovery, even though he's kind of a dick. But I went to see his live show in Boston,
I was there.
And what he did is just make fun of a bunch of dead wrestlers.
And tell a bunch of stories that were definitely not true. Do you remember those pictures?
Yeah, I beat up the British Bulldog. Oh, sure you did, Jake. Sure you did.
I had to go and tell him, like, because I was running the house, like I had to go tell him, like, hey, like, your money, you got to talk to this person, etc. And I tried to bring it up to him, and he went, oh, don't talk to me about that. Talk to my little bitch over there. And he kept calling his manager a little bitch, and I was so uncomfortable. I
think I walked in to the green room when he was there. He was just taking he's sleeping on the couch, and then I just opened the door, and he's just like, shut the door. Just screamed it. But I don't want Jake to come back, honestly. I don't need Jake. Jake after Jake's first initial promo with the Hail Caesar, awesome. They didn't
fantastic.
Have that opportunity again. They didn't let him have that opportunity.
Well, he said some weird things afterwards, which is, I think that's why he never got the opportunity. He said something about
get a nut on me. You guys want to bust a nut in my ass? What? What are you saying, Jake? Didn't he beat up Mox? Lance? Yeah, I guess he did for the Mox. For the title that no one in the States knows about.
Don't. Not
Chica Marks. I love Roy's mood today. Haha. He's fired up. He's saucy. He's a saucy boy. Are you wearing a Matrix sweater?
I don't know. It's a sweater. You know.
It looked different. It looked like the falling numbers. S writes, plus Lance Archer is 44. It's solid to have an older guy like him at the top of the card who doesn't win.
Yeah.
S over Hangman as champ. So angry.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens here. It is a good matchup for Hangman. It is a good matchup for Hangman. I just wish there was a better story to get there.
Yeah, sure. I think that's fine. But I think you've got a good point where there weren't Moxley as champion, and maybe that was because it was the beginning of the pandemic, but like he didn't have he just went from challenger to challenger. Like there was no long-term storytelling with him either, which I'm okay with. I mean, I think you and I are of the age group that are conditioned to have a new challenger every month or so, because there was a pay-per-view, right? Like when HBK was champ in 1996, it was Mankind, and then it was Vader, and then it was, just like person to Sid. Like that's how I see a champion going. But you're right. I mean, a long-term story is probably the way to go.
Just something for Hangman, because Hangman just coming out there each time alone. He doesn't have much to say each time. Like unless there's something that he has something to say when something's presented to him, he knows how to talk back. But him coming out, like, I don't know. I wish it would. Honestly, I wish it was Dan Lambert came out, and then interrupted by Hangman. and interrupted by Hangman and just being like, shut up. I'm the and maybe as the champion, yeah, maybe I'm not a cowboy for you, but I'm the sheriff right now, and you get out of my ring or some shit. Blah 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 blah. And then out comes Lance Archer to beat him up.
He calls that would Pilgrim.
Call him Pilgrim. Potluck. Let's get out of here. We got next Anderson with his children. Arn Anderson's with his kids, Shorty Lee and Brock Anderson. He's like, it's smelling in the air. It's horseman country. You just smell in the air. It's horseman country. And then Tully comes over and he thinks it smells like horseman country too. They both think it smells like horseman country. And he's just like, he calls his kid dead weight. He calls Shorty and then Brock dead weight, and that they should join him. And then Dax is like, I wish you were my dad. Wish you were my dad, Arn. I want you to be my dad. And I'm so upset that these pieces of shit are your children and not me. I wish I was your son. And he says something along those lines. I can't remember, but there's going to be a match. There's going to be a match, FTR versus Brock Anderson and Shotty Lee. I'm actually interested in this. I'm interested in this. You're not interested in this.
I thought it was funny that he said, see you next week, boys. And then they announced the card for Dynamite, and that match isn't on it. So
yeah, maybe it's next Rampage.
Maybe it is. I mean, yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. I think it's good. I think, I have a hard time with this, Red. I have a hard time with this. And, I'm just going to say this real quick and then we'll move on. The Proud and the Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, are in this like weird no man's land circling around Jericho and Eddie. The Bucks and Red Dragon are just like talking to each other in the ring. FTR is fighting two young boys. Lucha Brothers Phoenix is hurt. And our tag team champions are the Jurassic Express. And I'm just kind of like, Red Dragon, they're new, I get it, but like, I haven't seen them wrestle in a tag match yet. Proud and Powerful haven't wrestled in like a tag match in forever. Also, it feels like, I don't know. There's a lot of tag teams and there's a lot of really talented tag teams and I want them to be used better. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I do agree. And it's kind of a shame because they have a loaded, stacked division and we barely see any of them. Here's some comments. Chico Marks writes, up to 6 likes. Thank you so much, Chico Marks. And we want to beat the record. Our record is 13 likes. So get to liking. Yeah. Let's get to liking. S writes 7, but I don't see that. I don't see that update.
Update my time.
Maybe it's a lot of time. Next up, we get a Jade Cargill video package. Very nice to have a Jade Cargill video package. I prefer Jade Cargill on the show, because the only women's match we have, which is coming up next, was 30 seconds, 40 seconds long.
What a glorious 40 seconds.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Let's take it in a bubble. Let's just treat this match like a bubble, because that's how we have to treat women's matches in this company, because any other way would be absolutely infuriating. So we're treating this. Sheeta comes out. By the way, how'd you like the Jade Cargill video package?
I thought it was good. Yeah. I'm excited to see where Jade goes from here. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm on the Jade train.
I feel like, especially she won it last week. She should be on the show this week. She should be on the show in some capacity this week, setting something up. Why give her the championship if you're not going to set something up?
TBS title should be on TBS.
That bitch title, that bitch show title. I'm going to stop saying that. I shouldn't be allowed to say that. I'm not. Sheeta versus Deeb. Sheeta comes out. Sheeta's all fired up, getting ready, and then comes Serena Deeb, that scoundrel, comes in and just starts beating the shit out of her leg, smashing it in the ring post, using her smarts against Sheeta. The only way she knows how. Excuse me. And then she gets her in the ring. Ref calls for it, which I never understood, but either way. Then Deeb just demolishes her, goes after the knee, smashes it up, really wrecks it up big time. Puts her in the tequila sunrise, and then the ref calls it. Yeah. The ref calls it because the ref is like, you've gone too far. You've gone too far. You just went too far. Over the announcers were saying, the refs are there to make sure that no one gets too hurt. I've seen People bleed buckets. I've seen thumbtacks in their eyes, and the ref is just like, "Oh, well, it's a no DQ match."
Cody was
It's
literally
no
on
DQ
fire.
literally on fire. Cody's back is still scarred up. He comes out and still scarred up from that match, and they're just like, her knee's pretty bad. Because one of the thing is, and I love both these women. I think they're both great. I was hoping for a big match here. But it was good the way they did it because they made Deeb look like a monster. But Shida does need to learn how to sell more. She needs to learn how to make it see, because it did not seem like you have to scream when it's like that. When they're going after, you have to make it look like you're not going to walk again. Like afterwards, after the match, Deeb grabs a kendo stick and starts beating the shit out of her leg, and then she's just selling in a heap on the ground, kind of burying her face. Like it didn't look like it was as impactful as it could have been, you know?
Yeah, I honestly was just like so locked in on Deeb and what Deeb was doing that I wasn't paying as much attention to Shida. I should have, you're right. But I wrote, like, in my notes here, I just wrote ruthless. Like, anybody can be ruthless. Anyone. It doesn't matter your size. It doesn't matter your gender. Anyone can be ruthless. And was Deeb ruthless?
Deeb is ruthless.
And it's Deeb so good. The thing about her that's so good too, and that I love so much, is that it's cheap shot, cane shot, throw her in the ring, and then just methodically work over her knee like a professor, like a technician. Yeah. Like
she is the professor.
The twists and like having her in the corner. And
love that.
And when and like I said, a lot of the show, I was kind of like, oh, okay, that's fine. But when she fucking grabbed that knee and just starts slamming it on the mat, every time she does that, I sit up on my couch and I get hyped because it's ruthless.
Yeah,
and it feels real. I love Deeb.
I just don't know. What the issue is the way they've booked the championships right now. Where does Deeb go after Shida? She is probably going to take a week or two off, maybe. What's going to happen? They're going to continue their feud. It's going to be that, and then they're going to stop it, and then Deeb's going to cool off because there's nowhere for Deeb to go next. Thunder Rosa's got Mercedes Martinez. Britt's a heel. They're not going to have a Deeb facer. Jade's a heel. They're not going to have a Jade facer. Where is she going to go? Is she going to face Rio? Or she's going to face Ty?
So
maybe Ty.
Here's the thing. This is what I'm thinking, and I was actually really surprised by this, in a pleasant surprise. So they don't do this that often. But like when someone gets the shit kicked out of them, they don't usually have active wrestlers run down to the ring. It's normally like Jerry Lynn or like, whoever. But this time it was Sky Blue, it was Anna Jay, and it was Ty Conti. And when that happened, I was like, man, it would be great if, Shida disappears for a while because she's selling this knee injury. And then Shida, Deeb has to fight Sky Blue, Anna Jay, Ty Conti, and then get back to Shida. And next week, Deeb is fighting Sky Blue. So hopefully that's the start. That's where we're going. And then it's like a submission match or a 2 out of 3 falls match. And here's another thing that I was thinking about. This match needs some type of stipulation, or this feud does. Like their next match needs to be a stip match, but it doesn't need to be a no DQ, a street fight, or whatever. It needs to be a submission match. It needs to be 2 out of 3 falls. I quit, like a classic submission, I quit style match.
Yeah,
for sure. It doesn't need to be blood and guts. This one. I mean, it should be. There can be some, not blood, but there can be some intensity. They're out to kill each other, but it should be centered around submissions and making the other person submit.
I just feel that with Deeb, like the way they set her up is that she should be facing a champion next. Like, I feel like this would be a perfect opportunity for a face champion to then get blindsided by Deeb because she's the professor and she's outsmarts everyone. She gets in everyone's heads. I don't see where it's going to go from here, but I hope for the best. We're all hoping for the best.
Oh, she should fight Ruby Soho. That's who she should fight. Cause I was just thinking about it. Like, who do they have? But I know you're making that face. That's fine. But like,
you're right. It's a who do they have?
They don't have any baby faces.
They have no baby.
They have Chris Statlander, Thunder Rosa.
Chris Statlander's going to be tied in with his best friend's feud. Yeah. Ruby Soho's the only one that's kind of needs someone to work with.
The only other person.
But honestly, Deeb could bring out the best in everyone. And maybe this will light a fire under Ruby to really give it her all.
Unless we're just waiting until, Tony Storm becomes available or Ember Moon becomes available or like one of these people to come in and fight Deeb. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Who knows?
Well, we're going to see. We're going to find out. The ref calls it. Steve goes to town. We already talked about that. Next up, we get Tony Schiavone in the back with Christian and Jurassic Express. And they're talking about their win. They won the title. It's a pretty big deal for them. They're very excited about it. They did wish well to Ray Phoenix, which I thought was pretty classy. But now Jungle Boy's just like, I want to fight any top 5 team. Just name the top 5 team. And then Dark Order comes over, John Silver and Alex Reynolds. And they're like, we're a top 5 team. We're top 5 hunks and beefcakes or something, like top 5 meat eaters. I'm not sure. I do like the Dark Order. I do like their thing, but it's just a weird way to kind of create this this matchup.
Doesn't feel organic.
Doesn't feel organic. Seems very forced. How did you feel about that?
I looked at Silver and Reynolds and I was like, there's another tag team that I'm more interested in than Jurassic Express.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's fine. You know, the thing, were you ever in like a school play when you were like a little kid?
Oh yeah. I was one of the clowns in our school kindergarten play. I was supposed to be the popcorn person, the popcorn man. That was the character, but I left it because I didn't want that many lines.
Okay, well here's my question. For the clown, how many lines did you have?
We all set them together at the same time while doing jumping jacks. So
all right. Well, okay.
We are the best of the clowns. We make all the tricks through the town. When children let's say so glad
you're a clown and you're in kindergarten and your one line is like, we're the best. Like, let's say that's your line. Okay. You're going to be so nervous that going into it, you're going to say to yourself over and over again, like, hold on, bear with me. You're not you. You're just like a generic kindergarten.
Sure.
You're going to say to yourself leading into the moment, like, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best. Then it's going to come to you and you're going to be like, we are the best.
We're the best.
You're going to say it. That's every time Jungle Boy talks. I'm like, how many times have you practiced your one line that you have in this promo? Because it doesn't come off as natural.
I would have been like, we're the best. We're the best. If I had one line, I'd be Clinton Eastwood with that. I forgot to mention all these things. That's right. They should bring back the Jim Crockett Memorial Cup tournament. I bet Roy knows what that is.
Hey, I think the first ever Jim Crockett Memorial Cup in its entirety is on YouTube. It's like 4 hours. It's worth checking out.
Okay, we'll check it out. Let's check it out.
It's good. That's right. It's your apartment material.
Yeah, that might be a part of one of our playlists when we have our Patreon. We're having a Patreon soon. You're gonna check it out. That's right. It's a good point about Jade. I felt like this is something AEW does poorly. They don't bring out new champs for interview segments after they win. Good point, Redley.
Very true.
Good point, Redley. Thank you so much, sweet ass. Hope Kay's doing well. Chica Marks says Deeb is the best monster and draws all the attention. She really does know how to get people looking. Chica Marks writes, then we demand red clown pic on Instagram. I don't think I got one. But I could recreate it.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, we got to get on here because we have the match of the night right now. We got Matt Hardy comes out. I'm just joking,
match of the night, huh?
I'm just joking, guys.
Hey, you never know.
Of course that. Matt Hardy comes out already in the ring and his fans in the crowd in there in Raleigh. And he's just like, we're going to delete Penta, something like that. And I hate that he's using delete so much. I hate it when it's not this character.
Well, it's coming.
It should have came tonight. If it's going to come, it should have came
too
tonight.
Soon.
They're in Raleigh. This is when everyone cares.
Can't do it without Jeff.
Yeah, that's true. We can't do it without Jeff. But now next up, we get Hardy versus Penta. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad match. I thought it was pretty solid. I noticed that Penta kind of moves like a luchador Scott Hall. You notice that?
That's an interesting kind of, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like a lot of that. The crowd, they start the match off with a crowd chant, a duel, like Sarah Miedo, delete, Sarah Miedo, delete. And Matt is a little sluggish in this match, but he does a good job. He's a smart performer and he knows when to pick his spots. Like his side effect on the ring apron was real good. His moonsault was real fun. Like he knows the things that he could do well and he peppers them in the match to make it keep going. Honestly, I think the slower person, like the person I like Penta, but I just don't like when he makes the other guy look bad.
When was the last time you saw Matt Hardy do a moonsault?
It's not. I think he did it earlier in Dynamite. I definitely remember in a Dynamite where he did a moonsault.
I was impressed. I was really impressed.
Especially with his little baby hips getting up there. Like I was like, how are you supposed to do it? His hips are so far apart. Like how is it he's gonna make it? Did you notice how his legs were like basically like it was like a circle. His like he's like bow-legged at this point.
Yeah, he is. His legs are his whole lower half is
it's his hips because his spine is fused to his hips and he's got these he's got little baby hips that swivel around.
His spine is fused to his hips.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it.
That's hot. That's hot right there. That's hot.
S says Kay is asleep on the couch. She's in nursing school and totally pooped out. Give her the best. But do log into her phone and smash that like button when you get a chance. Just do it real fast, please.
I've heard that nursing school is a real motherfucker. So
yeah, especially when you're dealing with those pieces of shit that like the whole vaccine and non-vaccinated people. And I'm sure that's probably a nightmare.
Oh, good point. Yeah, I was.
I know some nurses that are having a real rough time with people who do want to get vaccinated. They still have to give them the same amount of care. I'd pretend I'm giving them care, but I'm just like, I'm not really giving them medicine. I'm taking it for myself. That's what I would do. But that's why I'm not in medicine. I'm not allowed. But I'd take all their medicine, sell it to vaccinated people. That's what I would do. Make a profit, hot profit.
Hot Profit. Good name.
Hot Profit. Ooh, Hot Profit. Jesus. Hot Profit. All right, we're having fun here today. Thank you all so much. Then we get a next but yeah, pile driver win with an insulting pin. I don't like that. I hate when Penta just makes people look, because they had a long, hard-fought match, and then he just kind of like jokingly pins him after he does this thing. But then the lights go out. Roy, Penta says that Penta starts saying some things. I don't know what he says. Then the lights go out. Malachi Black shows up. And things are about to get hairy. Malachi starts beating up on Alex and then Penta. Then the Varsity Blondes come out to help. Lights go out again. And this time, before they go out again, he points at each one.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
2, 3. Lights go out. Brody King comes in, demolishes everyone. We got Brody King here. And that's good. That's good, right?
I agree. I think that's great. The House of Black, the Dark Throne, or the
Kings of the Dark Throne. Some bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm tired of those names, though. I'm really tired of those bullshit names. Kings of the Dark. Just have a real cool name, like a short name. One who's good at coming up with names, even though we make fun of him. Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy comes up with Twist of Fate, Poetry in Motion.
Brother Nero.
He's really good. Talk to Matt.
A dilapidated boat.
Okay, that's really funny. That's a good callback. But yeah, we got Brody King here. Excited for that. That's we like Brody King. We're excited for Brody King.
I really loved it. That was the thing. I was looking forward to his debut, because sometimes AEW debuts aren't strong. This was a strong debut, except he looked like he was moving a little slow. Maybe he was nervous. He just seemed like, he was just tentative.
Well, it's his first time on the thing, maybe he's being a little bit more careful. What is it called? That sack of shit move where you run in the corner and do the sack of shit. What is it called? The avalanche power.
Oh, the flip?
The flip. What is it called?
What is that called?
It's called the sack of shit.
No, it's not called the Rolling Thunder. That was RVD's. What is that move called? Somebody tell me. The rolling buckle senton.
Yeah, but either way, he did that, and that really looked like a hurt bad. Really fucked some people up.
Like, how do you prepare that? You don't
No, it's just gonna hurt your head. Chica Marks writes, "Love seeing Brody. We got a sneak peek at PWG. We did. We got to see Brody and Malachi really tear it up." S writes, "Y'all on fire tonight. You're on fire, and it's because of y'all. It's because of y'all we're on fire. But we get our energy from likes, and I don't care who you tell. I don't care who you share it with. Just let them know. We just want the likes. That's all we do this for. We need it.
That's not true.
That's how we hear claps.
We do this.
You have 6
for
claps.
the love of the game.
Imagine doing a show and just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, we've done a show with 6 claps.
Yeah, we have done a show with 6 claps. Moving on, we got to get out of here. Tony's in the back. Tony Schiavone's in the back. And this was brought up earlier by a friend, Pablo C. We haven't seen you in the chat, Pablo C. But we get Layla Hirsch, Red Velvet, and Chris Statlander in the back. And a little awkward conversation ensues. Statlander starts talking about Britt And then Layla's like, you're not focused on our match this Friday. And then Chris is like, I'm going to be focused on our match this Friday. Believe you me. Red's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold your horses, friends. We got a match this Friday. And you both need to focus up. And Layla, then Chris is like, I'll focus up. And Layla agrees. How did you feel about this segment? Did you?
I loved it. The thing is, it's one of those things where it's like, let's say you're in the middle of Iowa, right? And all you want is a good slice of pizza. You just want pizza. I just want pizza pie. I just want pizza. And then there's like a new place that opens up, and it's called like, it's called like, New York pizza pie or whatever. And then you go and you're like, you get a slice of pizza, and you're like, this isn't very good, but all I want is this pizza so bad that I just think it's so good. I just want fucking Layla Hirsch on this show so badly that I don't care what the segment is. I'm just thrilled that she's there.
I was trying to figure out where you were going.
That's
with
where
this.
I was going.
But no, you got there, and I actually like.
I got distracted halfway through, but I thought it was fine. I mean, good. Like, let's give these guys some characters. Like, God, Layla Hirsch deserves to be on TV. Also, remember how you always like would talk about how Chris Statlander is just like an alien, like boop and like whatever. Well, now she's a person. She's more of a person. She's actually saying real
let her be
now.
a person. Let her be I would prefer that. But every now and she's gonna be like, you're dealing with the baddest alien on the block. Alien boop. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. John Buseman writes, Julia and Pac gonna join the House of Black. Interesting thought. I was thinking this as well. I think that's a good idea, honestly. I think that'd be really good. But you know who I was thinking would be fun for the House of Black? You know what I think? Butcher and the Blade.
Yes, absolutely.
Butcher and the Blade.
That makes almost too much sense.
Butcher looks like he looks like a constable in the House of Black. He's like the sheriff of Constable Black, and he's got his eye patches. Very interesting.
You see like the Butcher, the Blade, Brody King, Aleister Black, and Pac as like a 5-person War Games team?
Yeah, even though I do not want to see the Butcher wrestle, he should just be a 911 style character that just comes out to give a choke slam. That's
why Butcher and Blade should be APA. They only accept crypto.
Honestly, that's fucking get out of here. Then John Woodmass, welcome to the chat. I've got the clap. Ooh, yikes. I guess he was talking about when we were talking about claps, and then he's like, I got the clap. You got the clap, give us one, and we take it in the form of smashes. S says, good point about Julia joining House of Black, Buse. By the way, why'd you retract the comment before? We don't do that here, S.
It was probably a misspelling, and he was just
keep
himself.
We want it all. We want it fresh. We want authentic. Good point about Julia joining House of Black, Buse. The boys should have mentioned how dope should looked with an eye patch. That eye patch really worked on her. Honestly, no, we talked about this last week. We love the eye patch. We hate when Rocky Romero used the eye patch because it bastardizes the whole bullshit. But Julia Hart with eye patch is awesome. I think she should keep the eye patch when she's in the House of Black, and she's only got one good eye. And she's like an oracle. She's like an oracle. She becomes like this witchy character that's just like able to see with her one good eye. Maybe.
Great idea.
I don't know. We're gonna have to workshop that, but we got to move on. Where are we? Well, we got to the Acclaim. The Acclaim come out. The Acclaim come out and they start talking shit. They're talking shit about Darby and Sting. They're talking a bunch of stuff, and they're facing Bear Country next. And this is Bear Country's best match on Dynamite, or longest match on Dynamite.
And best.
It's nice to see them. And it was a real match, and I enjoyed it. But I will say, I think I understand a little bit more why Bear Country's not here. They just got some. They're scissoring each other. What are you talking about? You like
it's my favorite thing.
I do like it, especially when they do it and they act electrocuted.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But Bear Country has some timing issues. I have noticed that Bear Country do have some timing issues. Like, they haven't really got all the kinks worked out. So now I kind of understand why they haven't been on the show very often. But it was a good little match. It was nice to see them. And the Acclaim get the win.
The Acclaimed are looking better every time I see them. And I think I just think they're coming into their own, and I think that's very cool to see. I mean, they've always had the act down, but as wrestlers, I think they're getting better. They're getting more in sync. They're becoming a stronger and stronger team every week. And it's good to see. I mean, they're the number 1 ranked team right now. So they'll
Number one
probably
ranked
be
team.
going up against the Jabroni Express pretty soon here. Jurassic Express.
Oh boy, you're gonna get some hate mail for that one. Next up, then we get Sting coming out because they talk shit. Sting comes out, and then Darby comes and they beat him up, and that was nice. And they're gonna have their little thing. I don't really care about this though.
Yeah, it seems a little. I mean, I know Bowens fought Darby. I guess last week or 2 weeks ago. So I guess that's kind of where this started. But like, yeah, I don't know. If they're the number one ranked tag team and you just had them beat Bear Country and you took up time in your television show to have them fight Bear Country, then why are you going to job them out to Sting and Darby when they're supposed to like have a title match soon?
Sure.
I don't know.
No, it makes sense. Makes sense. We got some comments here. John Busman puts crystal ball, I think in reference to Julia Hart becoming an oracle with one eye.
That's
I think
cool.
that'd be cool. Chica Marks, haha, anyone listening to the audio podcast need to go back and watch the hand gestures. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Come and check out the YouTube. Check out the YouTube for the hand gestures. Mark this time. We'll keep it. John Busman says, dude with a please scissor me sign, and Caster did it. Huge baby faces.
Yeah.
I missed that. Did he do it?
As they were leaving, he scissored fans, which is so good.
That's awesome. That is a really good baby face thing.
Yeah.
Max Caster's really turning around. Those sensitivity courses really worked. He's a better person now. He's just a better person. Next up, we get Pac, a video package where he's looking at pictures of himself. He's got no eyes. He's got no eyes in those pictures. No eyes on his face, and he's wearing a blindfold. He's walking around his house with a double blindfold. Like no one's helping him. He's bumping into furniture.
In his gear, full gear.
In his gear. I would love to think that's how he runs around his house. Now he's got daredevil senses. He's like, now without eyes, I see more now without eyes than I have seen with eyes, or something like that.
Yeah. And then he's got a card, and the promo ends with a card, and the card says like vengeance or terror,
like justice.
Or justice. It says justice.
Yeah. But the whole thing is like he went completely blind for weeks. Julia Hart's just rocking an eye patch and still showing up at the shows. Like, did you get a different mist? I think like you get one eye kept off the show. Julia Hart should have been kept off the show,
but only one of her eyes got fucked up. Both of Pac's eyes got fucked up. Pac's gonna wrestle a match blind. Just you wait. He's just gonna sniff around.
Honestly, that's really good. Honestly, he should come out with a blindfold. That's actually a really great. I hope that happens.
If Pac comes out with a blindfold, it will be the first time he's ever appeared on AEW television in anything other than just his tights. He's never worn a t-shirt. He's never worn a jacket. He's never worn street clothes. He's only ever worn an eye patch. It's the only accessory he's ever worn.
And he looks good in an eye patch. He really does. We had to hurry up with this show, but I did want to say one of my favorite ever matches on WWE Raw was a blindfold match for Triple H versus D'Lo Brown. And they're in a blindfold match, and they're both wearing these blindfolds. And it was just really good. You should check it out. I'm
going to get you a shirt that says D'Lo Brown's number one fan.
Yeah,
because you are D'Lo Brown's number one fan.
I think I might be D'Lo Brown's number one fan. And Chica Marks says a blindfold match. I want that. We have to send you some homework, Chica Marks.
Yeah, you have some blindfold matches. They're all terrible except that one that you're talking about.
Oh no, Jake the Snake versus Honky Tonk, I think was, or
I thought it was the model.
It might have been Rick Martel. It might have been. But that was a good match. What are you talking about? There's some good ones. David Crockett is here. Oh no, I skipped over. Tony is with Matt Hardy, and Matt Hardy's like, I need to focus on me in the new year, and I've got to stop focusing on other
This
people.
Is the beginning. This is the beginning. I'm telling you. Private Party is going away. The Hardy Boys are going to feud with Private Party.
But then Andrade comes out, and he's like, I got a deal for you. I want to give you money. You like money? You like money?
He's going to sell Private Party to them.
Interesting.
It's funny. This was another one of those instances where I was like, oh yeah, Andrade's here too. How about that? Wow.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, it's a really stacked roster.
What a roster.
And no one gives you any feelings because they're all melded together. As right, I know that Max has some inappropriate raps, but his current pre-match raps suck booty. I think those sensitivity cores has some negative ramifications. No, they're better this way. They have more heat. The idea is to get heat, not to have people cheer that you're saying something real fucked up, because that's what they were doing. He was saying fucked up shit, and then the crowd's just like, The incel crowd is just like, yeah, he's saying the fucked up shit that we love to fucking feed us. But now he's saying shit that's like kind of lame, which is good. Say the lame shit and people are booing again. Let them boo. Let them be mad. I want that, right?
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
I'm not trying to diss you, S. We love you, S. John Beaverson writes, talking about the real deal now.
Talk about the real deal now.
Matt Hardy.
No, talking about that's D'Lo Brown's theme music. Talk about the real deal now.
Oh, I forget that. I just remember Teddy Long saying, down with the Brown. So he kept asking people that. Chica Marks read the Triple H was one of my first LLW homework assignments.
I'm not surprised.
I must have mentioned this a few times. As there was a blindfold match at 88 Crockett Cup.
Who was in that match? Who was in that match? I don't know.
Let us know who's in that match.
I want to know.
But David Crockett is here, by the way. David Crockett is here, and he's going to present the winner of the next match with the championship, even though it was already awarded to Sami Guevara, and he's coming out with it, which is kind of weird.
They're using David Crockett a lot, and that guy struggles to get in the ring. I'm worried about him.
Yeah, they should have him already in the ring. They should there should be a David Crockett on a pole match. Tony D writes, yo, listen. I'm not sure what that's a reference to, but I like it. Then we get Danny Garcia, match of the night. Danny Garcia versus Sami Guevara. And what a great matchup. I'm not the biggest Sami Guevara fan, but this is the person to have him against because the styles are different, but they work so well together. Hard hitting. They beat the shit out of each other at the start of this match, right?
Yeah. Can I grab the floor here for a second?
Yep. Take it. It's your dance floor. Tap.
Look, real quick.
Yo,
Daniel
listen.
Garcia. Yo, listen. You're talking about the real deal now. We are talking about the real deal right now. We're talking about Daniel Garcia. Daniel Garcia, who the four pillars of AEW are, MJF, Darby Allin, Jungle Boy, Sami Guevara. Daniel Garcia is a more complete television professional wrestler than Jungle Boy and Sami Guevara, no doubt about it. And I'm sorry, this may ruffle some feathers, but
I agree with
Daniel Garcia knows how to talk, knows his character, knows where to look, knows how to wrestle, knows how to be intense, is believable. He's 100% believable 100% of the time. He's a freak, and I love it. And I love him. And I think he's great. And everyone should watch him versus JD Drake from
We're going to have a segment called Roy's Freaks because we got Dante and we got Danny, and there's Roy's Freaks of the Week. That's what we're going to call it. The Freaks of the Week. And
he's just so good. He's just so
great
good.
Facial expressions. Yeah. Knows how to mug for the camera, knows how to sell, and he knows how to give, but he knows how to take. He knows how to take. Yeah. And honestly, I agree with everything what you said. Besides Jungle Boy, Jungle Boy has a fire and something. Talk. He has an it factor. Jungle Boy has an it factor that Danny doesn't. Danny doesn't have that it factor. You pass by Danny. You look at Jack Perry.
Yeah, Jack Perry.
Yeah, Jack Perry. I thought that was his dad for a second. But like, if you look at Jack Perry and you like, that's a star, Luke.
I was like, Luke. Is it Sean?
But he looks like a star. He looks like a main eventer. He just has some things to work out. But yeah, honestly, one of those pillars needs a little replacing. Why don't you wedge a 23-year-old in there rather than that old fogey Sami Guevara, 29? He's practically on his way out. Tony writes, haha, I want to know what you're referencing. S says Jimmy Garvin versus Kevin Sullivan, blindfold madness. I would love to see that. I like Kevin Sullivan.
That's a really interesting match. Really interesting.
And a blindfold. Tony writes, I agree with Roy.
Hell yeah,
Tony.
When
do you not, Tony? When do you not? Hey, Tony, why don't you be less predictable and agree with me one time? There's times when you agree with me. You can agree with me and be okay. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you side with Wrestling Dad every now and then. John Busman, I know it's standard at this point for the exchanging of blows spot, but during Hardy Penta, all I could think was, why would you hit someone then just stand there waiting for them to hit you back? 100%, John. 100%. Then Garcia, he just doesn't stop hitting you unless you hit him. Freaks to the front. That's right.
Yeah, freaks to the front.
Yeah, I don't like the standing there hitting thing unless the spot in the match where it's just like you've had it all and you're just like, just give me everything you got. Just give it to me. Like in the Bryan Danielson versus Minoru Suzuki match, was it?
Yeah. Suzuki.
That was a good spot.
Suzuki's the type, and Suzuki hits fucking hard. Like Matt Hardy's not going to hit me that hard.
No, he hits hard. They all hit hard.
They all hit
but
hard.
But that spot made sense in there. But Penta does it every fucking match. Penta does it every match. He has that spot. By the way, I'm Team Moet. I don't know if I talked about this before. Tony writes, Daniel Garcia is not a character. It's him. There's no difference. That's right. There is not a character. It's him. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that, Tony. I agree with that too. So you agree with Red and Roy. You agree with Red and Roy in that instance, don't you, Tony? Why don't you say that? Why don't you say that, Tony? Jesus Christmas. That's right. I was so behind Garcia in that match. They got me with the false finish where I actually thought they were going to give him the strap. I agree with you, Royster. I agree too. Why aren't you both agreeing with me? I agree. But the thing is, one thing I was thinking, has Garcia won any match?
Beat Kingston.
Okay. Well, who doesn't beat Kingston? Kingston's never won a match. Kingston has lost every single match. That's not a big feat.
Team player.
Everyone's beat. What?
Team player.
No, it's just not believable. He's not beat anyone. He's got his arms all. His arms are barely hanging on his
Punk. Body. Okay, first of all, y'all got to go out of your way to watch New Japan Strong this past week. Gabriel Kidd versus Eddie Kingston. It was very good. Just want to get that out there. New Japan Strong. Eddie Kingston. Also, what grinds my gears? What grinds my biggest pet peeve?
What poops your bucket?
Of Sammy Guevara.
What?
That double jump that he does on the top rope, where he jumps from one rope to the other, drives me crazy. You know why it drives me crazy? Because he just treats it as another move. He's just like, it's just a move that I do all the time. Who cares? That's literally Dante Martin's finish. Yeah. That's what makes his move special, is that he jumps from one rope to the other rope and then does the moonsault. And look, if everybody does a pile driver, everybody does a, poison rana, whatever. And like some people's finish is a pile driver. Some people's pile driver is a pile driver. This jumping from one rope to the other, maybe 4 people on the roster can do that. Don't take it away from your burgeoning star, Dante Martin. Don't do it.
Well, I will say this. I don't want to defend Sammy Guevara, but Sammy Guevara has been there for a year or 2 years before Dante. And he was probably using that before. I don't know. Dante was there. But we got some comments here that I'm going to be upset with. Tony writes, Red, get the light tubes. Tony, you're really rubbing. John Musa says, I agree with Red. We got to smash that like button. Thank you. We got to smash the like button. If we want to be, true to the school. That's right. Kingston ain't greedy. Kingston ain't greedy. No, I don't think Kingston's a bad guy. I don't think he's a bad wrestler. I just know for a fact, like the way that, and honestly, I love what he did to Jericho. I love the fact that he talks over Jericho. But what I hate what he does? When he talks over someone I do like. When he talks over someone I actually enjoy, and he kind of ruins it for that, because it's a give and take. And he does not know how to give in verbal exchanges to allow things. He just gets himself over. Like the way that Eddie talks in promos is the way Sammy wrestles, which is just getting yourself over, which is a little greedy. Actually, it is a little greedy. Tony, yeah, but the 2-rope move is just like the Cody cutter.
Yeah, Cody cutter shouldn't be done either. He shouldn't be doing that move, but that's just me. I don't know. Whatever.
Now you're playing with fire. We gotta watch it. Let's not mess with the Cody cutter. But either way, we great matchup, great move, great facials. Then 2.0 come out to beat up Eddie and Jericho. We have to end the stream fast. Beat up Eddie and Jericho, and then Sammy gets the GTH for the win. It was a weird GTH. He was having a little trouble with it.
Yeah, camera angles didn't do him any favors.
Yeah, you saw that leg slap way before he hit his head. Way before. But then afterwards, we get 2.0 attacking Sammy. And then Jericho comes to make the save, and then Eddie gets in his face, and I love that confrontation though, because you could tell like Jericho's just like, stop making me look like a fucking punk, and then he's just like, I don't care, I'm gonna go on your face.
I love Eddie.
By the way, Eddie is a giant compared to Chris Jericho, right? Yeah. So then I was just like, Eddie, like I know Chris Jericho's 6 foot. He's always been billed as 6 foot. How tall is Eddie? Then I looked online, and Eddie is 6'1". And so then I'm thinking, wait a second.
Jericho's 5'10".
Jericho's 5'8". He's like, there's no way. This is all too crazy. Everyone's saucy today. We're all family here. We are all family here.
This is all family.
LLW universe. So we're missing some family members today, but we're not mad at it. We understand. You're going to come back. S says, good one, Tony. Well played. S says, it's all good fun, Chica Marks. We're just busting chops. It's all good fun. Oh, no. Chica Marks loves the busted chops. Chica Marks is real into these chops being busted. Tony says, I got a rib red, Chica. Of course, we all want a rib red.
All got a
it's
rib.
so fun for everyone. Mess. But yeah, we get the Eddie Jericho, which honestly, I'm excited for that match.
So am I. It's going to be really interesting. They're going to beat the shit out of each other. Old man Jericho only knows how to beat the shit out of people.
Yeah. And it's going to be a good brawl.
Yeah,
it's going to be a good brawl.
It's going to be really
like,
good.
It's going to be no nonsense. Wow, what fun we had today. We really went around the corner. Way too long. We have to wrap this up soon. But anything we're excited about for Rampage or Dynamite next week? Anything coming up that's really sparking our noses?
Yeah, plenty of stuff.
Yeah, plenty of stuff. Yeah, check us out on Instagram and YouTube. YouTube, you're here. Check us out on Instagram and on Twitter. It's Loser Lee's Wrestling on Instagram, Loser Lee's Pod on Twitter. Send us some emails. Send them specifically to Moet to coax him into doing the mailbag with Moet again, because the mailbag's getting pretty full, but we need some more from you to really top it off and address them directly to Moet. That's what we
also
want.
have a real fun new segment coming to the Weekly Wrestle this week called
Roy's Freaks of the Week.
Would you book? It's also what would you book, and also my Freaks of the Week. If you want to do it, we can do it.
Well, and we're also going to start giving championships out. We're going to start doing that. I think we're going to do that this week. We have the LLW championship coming out. If you better watch the news, you can't lose.
I have to learn graphic design. Maybe I'll learn graphic design between.
We're learning graphic design. Roy's learning graphic design. I'm learning how to do OBS. It's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be a wild ride.
And also, before we go, check out BattleBots. BattleBots is going on tomorrow, and then right afterwards, it's Talking Bots. I'm gonna be talking bots, and I'm gonna be doing the stream myself. And it's a little glitchy. There's some issues here and there. Sure, copyright gets infringed every now and then, and it gets taken down. But that's all part of the fun. Thank you all so much for joining us. I have literally laughed out loud multiple times tonight. This has been such a fun show. Really well done, dudes. Also, the Peanut Gallery really brought it. Good job all around. Good job to you, the LLW, the universe, and the fam. Thank you all so much. Let people know about it. Let people know. Smash the like button before you leave.
I think it should be something other than the universe. Like the LLW, like townspeople. That sounds bad. That's bad.
I like that. The towns, what?
The townsfolk. I don't know.
Townsfolk. We'll figure it out. Send us an email with your thoughts of what everyone should be called. Thank you all so much. Anything else to note, Roy, before we head out?
I hope to see everybody on Saturday. We're gonna have fun.
We're gonna have fun. Bless all of you. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna give the countdown. Don't worry. I'm gonna give the countdown. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. We're gonna 5, 4.
As Red's counting
3.
down, watch some Scoot Andrews matches.
Did I just blank out?
Scoot Andrews,
3,
Black Nature Boy. 2, 1. Scoot Andrews.
Ole. 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 Ole.